peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
To you. It is the 19th of April 2021. This is Good Morning Africa. My name is Miriam Ogutu, and we're coming to you from Kenya's capital here in Nairobi. And before I bring us up to date with the latest headlines in Kenya this morning, I'd like to bring us up to date with the latest figures of COVID-19. And in Kenya this morning, the cases that have been recorded so far is 151,653 cases. The death toll in the country is 2,481. And recoveries is 101,642. And then we head over to Uganda. Our cases right now standing at 41,373. The death toll is 338,000. Recoveries is 40,898. And South Africa being the leading country in the continent this morning. The cases there stands at 1,566,769 cases, and the death toll is 53,736. Recovery so far is 1,490,143 cases, and the global statistics this morning in the continent. 4,431,640. The death toll is 117,898, and recovery so far is 3,943,473 cases. And of course, the global statistics have surpassed 142 million cases, and the people who have so far died across the globe is over 3 million, and global recovery so far is over 120 million cases. So that is where we stand in line with COVID-19 this morning. And I'd like to introduce my panelists before I go through the papers. And we're joined this morning by Professor Jared Onyari. Professor, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Miriam, my fellow panelists, and our viewers from wherever they are, whether they're morning or they're evening.
All right. And nice to have you on the show this morning. And we're also joined by Douglas Kirimi all the way from Meru County. Douglas, a very good morning to you.
Very good morning to you, Miriam Ogutu, and also to Professor Jared Onyari, to our crew at our headquarters in Nairobi, and also to our friends across the world. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Thank you.
Karibu sana. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Douglas. So let me just read through quickly the headlines, and then we have a lot to talk about this morning. On the Standard newspaper, the main headline there reads, civil servants and teachers in strike threat over 83 billion Kenya shillings. The government cites budgetary constraints due to the upcoming elections and effects of COVID-19 pandemic among reasons for not honoring a deal with its workers. And then just all right, up there, the Matiang'i factor in Uhuru's succession, a decoy or a deal or a real deal. Several of his cabinet colleagues have thrown their weight behind the Interior CS as an alternative candidate for the top seat in 2022 elections. And then after results scramble for Form 1 slots, many candidates are eyeing coveted national schools with a capacity for 30,000 students after only 8,091 got over 400 marks. And then just next to that story, KQ report tells a different story on employee pay. And then Kipchoge wins when it matters most. A world record holder and Olympics champion triumphs in Mission Marathon in last race ahead of Tokyo game. So that is what we have on the front page there of the Standard newspaper. Let's turn our attention to the Daily Nation and the main headline: MPs in night talks to craft a Ruto deal. On Friday and Saturday, some 48 lawmakers, mostly from Mount Kenya and Rift Valley regions, met at the home of Mathira legislator Rigathi Gachagua to discuss economic and political demands. They weren't agreed with DP William Ruto. And then that is the main headline up there. Sharon Obado goes on trial in July. So it's been quite 1 year for Governor Obado, but the trial will start in July. And then curfew, nightmare, traffic management to be reviewed. The story is on the back page. And then just down there, private schools cry foul. PS Juan blames COVID. And then we go to the Star newspaper, the main headline, ministries defy Kenyatta order on tender rules. Security agencies among top violators of the presidential directive presiding over some of the most opaque procurement deals. And so that is a story that I'll just ignore for now. We'll come back here at 11 and we'll have a discussion on that at 11 a.m. So that is on the headline on the Standard newspaper. And then just on the side, Mount Kenya MPs hatch secret plot to cut deal with Ruto. A group of Mount Kenya politicians has resolved to open formal negotiations with Deputy President William Ruto in exchange for their political support. The group, made up of MPs, has insisted that Ruto must negotiate with the region and give clear commitments before seeking support for his presidential bid. The lawmakers who are allied to the DP say they will have to iron out economic issues before they make an informed decision about their preferred presidential candidate. What? No, he's not their preferred. Okay. All right, I guess 2022 is beginning to shape up too early here. And then just down there, APRO, as police block roads to enforce curfew. And I think this is where I want us to start our discussion this morning. But I think the Daily Nation has perhaps captured this story better. And let's just go to the back page of the Daily Nation, what we saw happen there on Saturday. And police will review traffic management to avert a repeat of the chaotic curfew enforcements in which thousands of motorists and passengers were stuck on major city roads for hours on Saturday night. Nairobi Regional Commissioner James Kianda said yesterday traffic management would be reviewed and enhanced to facilitate smooth transition into curfew hours. Professor, you saw what the chaos that were at our roads past the curfew hours there. I don't know what do you make of that?
Yeah, Miriam, one of the things here is that someone sometimes listen to what we say here. We have said that, Miriam, is that we need to enforce all the protocols given by the Minister of Health and wider health organization if we have to combat this pandemic. After having said, Miriam, we are all human beings, and God gave us 5 senses, and the 6th one common sense. Miriam, people cannot be in a traffic jam, and Miriam, you know very well that people cannot be able to travel to reach their home safely, Miriam. And then this where this policeman will just jump and you start enforcing the curfew. Miriam, where has common sense gone? Where has common sense gone? There's a traffic jam because of, I don't know what happens, and people cannot be able to reach their homes, and Miriam, and people were inconvenienced, Miriam. So this is also the time when, Miriam, the Inspector General for Police and the people who are charged, Miriam, of enforcing this one, Miriam, so that you don't make Kenyans suffer over the mistakes of their not making, Miriam. Miriam, COVID-19, I've read extensively about it, Miriam, and it is going to be here with us for some time, Miriam. It's one of the pandemic which are the diseases which has come, and we are going to stay with it, Miriam. So we must know, Miriam, on how we navigate. Let us not punish Kenyans, because, Miriam, you were coming from wherever you were coming them in good time. You get traffic jam in the middle of the road you are going, Miriam, and then now the police want to harass you. I don't think that's what the law intended. That's not what the president intended to do that. There's some time, Miriam, where you have to exercise your common sense judiciously, Miriam. Mm-hmm. That's what I have to say, Miriam, on that.
Okay. So yesterday's traffic snarl-up, referring to the Saturday's traffic snarl-up along Thika Road, was occasioned by efforts by our police officers to strictly enforce the curfew restrictions, and we acknowledge the inconvenience this may have caused the road users. Going forward, our traffic management will be reviewed and enhanced to facilitate smooth transition into curfew hours, he said in a statement. That is the Nairobi Regional Commissioner, James Kianda. But what happened there on Saturday, Douglas? We saw on our roads a lot of Kenyans were inconvenienced.
Miriam, the people of Kenya sometimes if they want, they can obey the rules and the laws of the country and even any order. But what we saw the other day was pure indiscipline and recklessness and carelessness that we have always experienced as Kenyans. I have been late before, but not for the curfew, because this is something that I am protecting myself. During the 14th COVID-19 press conference or press release that was done by the president at the State House, he said that the only way to be able to make sure that you understand that COVID-19 is here, it is to realize that it is your responsibility, and the protection of yourself first is important before even the state protects you. So forcing the government to protect you and your family and your loved ones is very uncalled for. Remember, there was a curfew at 7 p.m. and also there was a curfew. We have never had issues before. People would obey and they go home. But this time round, people are making it very casual. Remember, these are the same people drinking Forest, Miriam. There were no people who were walking home and they were denied to cross the roadblocks by the police. These are the people who go to Karura Forest and other forests to drink. And I'm calling out the irresponsible behavior that has been exhibited by Kenyans on Saturday, and it is not something that I can be able to rejoice over and also be able to clap for them that they got late that time. Miriam, why didn't they get late on Thursday? Why didn't they get late on Monday? So Miriam, we need to interrogate issues and also be very fair as far as these issues are concerned, especially your health. I have said that now I have made peace with my heart that even shouting at Kenyans is not making sense anymore. Before they were asking who knows someone that is sick of COVID-19. Today they are burying their loved ones. Today they will sneak out of Nairobi, go to their village churches and they spread the coronavirus and come back to Nairobi and go to Nairobi hospital. And they get treated at Nairobi hospital. But the villagers, the poor people of this nation have no one to cover them. NHIF is no longer covering this COVID-19 treatment. And when you look at it, Miriam, it is only recklessness of Kenyans. It is only when we get out there and make sure that we don't get home early, that is when we have problems. Why didn't we get problems yesterday, Miriam? The roads were very empty yesterday. Because Miriam, these people who are even talking in the middle of the night that they are calling for a revolution. You cannot call for a revolution, Miriam, where you are seated in your car trying to bribe the police officers to help you break the curfew and go home. So break the blocks that they had put on the roads and everything that they have done that day to contain the road traffic and everything. So Miriam, we need to be very very candid when we talk about our own health, because Kenyans are no longer concerned about their own health. They want to kill themselves and kill others, and nobody shall allow them. Even the state itself cannot be able to allow that. Remember, even yesterday, I expected the same defiant Kenyans to get late and also be crossed on the roads, but nobody was crossed on the roads yesterday. There are very few cases of the same. There were no traffic snarls in the city because these people had obeyed that simple rule. So Miriam, we have obeyed these things for over a year now. Why are we bringing problems now when we're almost combating the COVID-19 pandemic? So I would urge everyone out there to get out of their way, observe the curfew. If you're working, make sure that your working hours do not collide with the curfew hours. Make sure, as far as we are looking, even as we are looking for our daily bread, even as we are talking out there and moving out there and working, making sure that we provide bread and butter for our families, let us protect ourselves, because even in our death, our monies cannot save us. Even in our death, our bosses are going to replace us. Even in our death, our neighbors are going to move on. There is that advert that is done by Tusker every time when a person dies. After 14 days, another person comes and asks, is there anyone here? He is told no. Then he says, I'm buying another round. So even your drinking people that you are drinking with in the forest, those you are drinking bad days are going to forget you after you die, Miriam. Okay. So for the people of Kenya, observe the curfew times and make sure you protect yourself. The curfew is not there to punish you. The curfew is meant to be able to make sure that you are there to COVID-19 protocols and make sure that you get home and get home safely, Miriam. Thank you. I submit.
Thank you so much. And there are other Kenyans who had a good reason to be on out there at that time. There's a couple who were taking their child to the hospital at that time. There are also essential workers who had work, cards to show that they're essential workers. So I think that Yeah, maybe those are, and I appreciate that the police commander there has seen how that worked out, and now they're reviewing how they're going to enforce that, because you have to also factor in all these other people and all these other things that are unavoidable there, and people who suffered who are not supposed to suffer. But a lot of Kenyans, I think they've not been caring so much. In the middle of the night, you just hear cars passing by, a lot of them. So maybe they needed a wake-up call. And so we saw what happened there on Sunday. So moving forward, I believe there will be a better way of enforcing this curfew. So let's just turn our attention to page 6 of the Star newspaper. Mount Kenya members of parliament hatch secret plot to cut deal with Ruto over 2022 polls. That is the headline there. Let me see what this says. A group of Mount Kenya politicians has resolved to open formal negotiations with Deputy President William Ruto in exchange for their political support. The group, made up of members of parliament, has insisted that Ruto must negotiate with the region and give clear commitments before seeking support for his presidential bid. The MPs, who have been seen to be allied to Ruto, say it is time that the political negotiations come after economic and development issues have been ironed out with their preferred presidential candidate in what appears to be a change of tact. 62 legislators drawn from 11 counties in the region on Saturday met at the Nairobi home of Mathira MP Rigathi Gachagua for 6 hours and agreed on the plan. Professor, wamesema wheelbarrow hapana. You want a proper economic plan? I don't know.
Miriam, you know, I have no kind words for the Deputy President for the Republic of Kenya, Dr. Samoei William Ruto. And Miriam, I wish him well, because in any contest, Miriam, we must have people who present their names to be considered among that. But Miriam, surely, honestly, from our brothers and sisters from the mountain, Miriam, those demands are unnecessary. Those are twisting the Deputy President, Miriam. Miriam, imagine we are 44 plus tribes in this country, Miriam. So you want to tell me that the people, people from every other region will go to discuss with the Deputy President the economic branch of our country and what is going to do to them? Honest, Miriam. Come on.
Of a region.
And that's why when the rest of Kenyans say that the people from the mountains are very selfish, and the people think that we are against them, Miriam. Miriam, this is what they want. They are intimidating the Deputy President, Miriam. And the sooner he thinks even going to join Papa, the best. Because, Miriam, you cannot, people coming and saying, oh, we have our economic package, you have to nominate someone from this region, we have to support Miriam. Is that the Kenya we are talking about, Miriam? There are more people in Turkana, Miriam, who are about 600 families, Miriam. They also need to be represented in this country, Miriam. They also want to feel part of feel part of this country or any government which comes in. The champs in Baringo, Miriam, who are for the first time through the constitution, Miriam, are having their nominated senator, Miriam. So, Miriam, in all due respect, Miriam, the people of Mount Kenya should spare us the break. Now, the fact that they don't have a credible candidate who has come to be a front runner, then you say, oh, now we are going to support you. We are going to do Miriam. Miriam, this is just tantamount as when you were growing up, you broke the grass. And you were with this, your sibling, and he said, oh, you broke the eggs, Miriam. Or you ate sugar, Miriam. And one of these siblings will tell you, Mom, oh, I will tell Mom. I will tell Mom. So every other time Miriam is given a task, he will say, Miriam, do it. Or I say. Until one day, Miriam, you get tired and you go and say, oh, Mommy, you know what? I am the one who broke the glass, or I'm the one who did this, and you are relieved. So, Miriam, if the Deputy President, if he is seriously that is going to contest for the President of this country, those are not the kind of demands, Miriam. And you can hear that the people, Miriam, in this time of the pandemic, 48 members of Parliament are meeting in someone's house. Miriam, even these people have already said, Miriam, they have already broken the law. They are supposed to be arrested. They are in the middle of the night meeting, and that's what Chairman Douglas was trying to say. Some of these people, Miriam, who masquerade to be the middle class or the rich of this country, Miriam, They are doing things even Miriam, even the dogs cannot even appreciate. They need to be condemned by Kenyans, Miriam, who want to build a cohesive society, Miriam. Miriam, we are talking about national ethos. Now I can understand, Miriam, why some of these characters are opposed to BBI. They want to have this old mentality that, Miriam, they have to come together, gang together, and then they say we support it. You know, it can't work like that. We should be able to join the president and the prime minister, Miriam, to have a cohesive and a united country, Miriam, where we can have shared prosperity, Miriam, by all of us, Miriam, where resources can be developed, Miriam. Now, Miriam, you can see the kind of thinking, Miriam. When if God makes the deputy president to be a president of this country, and God forbid, imagine that you are going to be people are going to beside you, Miriam, and this one who are going to say, what do you have for our region? Where do you have a region? These members of parliament know that they are national members of parliament who sit in the National Assembly, Miriam, not to make legislative laws for Mount Kenya, Miriam, but to make laws for this country, Miriam. It is a shame on them.
All right. Okay. Professor is not very happy with his group, but the group made up of members of parliament insisted that Ruto must negotiate with the region and give clear commitments before seeking support for his presidential bid. I mean, they're just trying to make sure, if Ruto become president, the interest will be looked at. But Professor is saying, no, this is backhanded manipulation here. And it's if you're seeking to be a president of this republic, then you should look at the national interest, not regional interest. And you've seen there, Ruto himself even accusing the NASA leadership there of being tribal leaders when, they're coming together and, when they visited President Uhuru Kenyatta and all that. But I don't know what is at play here. But I don't know what you make of all this, Douglas.
Miriam, remember I come from Mount Kenya region. I am one of the number one critics of Deputy President William Ruto and his campaign. But today I have a simple advice for him.
You are
I have a simple
today.
Yes, Miriam.
You are advising him today.
Yes. Today I'm very lenient on him. Actually, I'm not going to be very tough on him. I said on this television, and I hope Dr. William Ruto and his people try to watch, sometimes to listen to the truth, because I will always say the truth. Professor is a man of God, so at least I borrow from him. I speak the truth, and I will never shy away from telling him the truth. Dr. William Ruto, these people you have in Mount Kenya region, we told you with the professor and others that these people are going to eat your money, take your money, misuse your funds, and then the last minute they'll come with unqualified demands that you cannot be able to make. And Dr. William Ruto, let me ask you, if everyone in this country goes out there and makes their demand from every community, Kisii, people make their demand. Nyamira, people make their demand. In Coast Province, people make their demand. Are you going to fulfill the aspirations of those politicians who have been sucking your blood, promising you that it will be raining brimstone, fire, and everything to make sure that you enter State House? These are people who are disappearing on you one by one. When you are unable to meet these demands, like Professor said, it is the high time you seek other alliances with other leaders. You can even join Raila now and become maybe a leader, a majority leader in his government. But make sure that you disappear from these Mount Kenya people. They are vultures. We have told you before, they have been eating your money, and you are going nowhere as far as these leaders are concerned. We asked them before, why are you telling us what you have been talking with William Ruto is in secret? Today you are meeting at Gachagwa's home in Ruda and making public your demands.
At Karen.
Are you speaking about on behalf? Yes, Miriam?
At Karen.
Yes. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Are these people meeting in Karen for on behalf of 11 million voters in Mount Kenya region? It is the same people who told us the people in Mount Kenya have their own minds, cannot be able to be read by anyone, and they cannot be negotiated for on behalf of anyone. When these people were called at Sagana, they went and told the president, we abide, and these people said the people shall decide. Who gave Rigathi Gachagua, the MP for Mathera, to negotiate on my on behalf of my two mothers in Meru? Who gave the Rigathi Gachagua of Mathera and other small people from Mount Kenya, from Central Province, speaking for and behalf of the Raja, Upper Eastern, where I come from? Miriam, these people have been milking William Ruto, and today I'm very sympathetic to him. He has lost a lot of money in our churches in Mount Kenya, whereas he would have taken that money to other places in Nyamira,
that other places, Sugoi, and building those churches in Rift Valley, North Rift and South Rift, and other places, Miriam. But this person has been investing in the Rigathi Gachagua of this world, Moses Kurias of this world, Dendenyor of this world, Madam the MP for Kandara, Aris Wahome, and these people now are bringing demands on the stable. Miriam, if you really well remember, they have been telling William Ruto, the people shall decide. Nobody shall sit down and give you demands about Mount Kenya. You shall go directly to the people. They have been taking him to the people, eating his allowances every day. Sorry. But at the end of the day, as these people continue writing to William Ruto, is William Ruto waking up to the fact that Mount Kenya region, especially their leaders, are hypocrites? Is William Ruto, the deputy president, waking up to realization that Rigathi Gachagua cannot secure him presidency as far as Mount Kenya votes are concerned? Like Professor said, I agree with the professor, and I want to advise William Ruto. Today, I'm not going to be very hard on you, Dr. William Ruto. Please take your fortunes, invest them somewhere else. Mount Kenya is already gone. If they start giving you demands this time round, they are already vacating you. They are looking for a ticket to run away from your presidency. So, Dr. William Ruto, I wish you all the best, brother.
Okay, and there goes his connection. It has a problem. Okay, I guess it's internet.
Today we are kind. We are
Thank you so much. But Professor, yes, Douglas will be back to conclude his thought. What I find to be very fascinating here is now they are demanding, or one of their key demands.
But don't bank on Rigathi Gachagua. Don't bank on this behalf of the people of Meru. Okay. The people of Meru that have not even sent Kereito Murungi, who has been a governor, who has been an MP since I was born in 1992. They have not sent Peter Munya, the Minister for Trade. Miriam, my advice to William Ruto, these people are writing to him. Mount Kenya is already gone. Their leaders are gone back to their tribal cocoons. Dr. William Ruto, you can look elsewhere. Maybe you can speak to Professor Jared Onyari. Maybe they have your votes. We have no votes for you in Mount Kenya region, doctor. Thank you. May God bless you as you prepare to leave Rigathis of this world, because they are writing to you. Mount Kenya region, I told you, they are going to decide the last minute where they shall go. And even 1 year is not even over before they decide where they have gone. They have decided to abandon you. It is game over.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Douglas. We apologize there. We had a bit of a technical hitch on your part, but you have concluded your thought there. And Professor, you seem to have had very good influence on Douglas. Today he's completely changed tunes.
No, of course,
Before you come in, Prof, I want to, what I find to be very fascinating is one of their demands there. They're saying they want a clear commitment before seeking support for Ruto's presidential bid. I thought their support, from what we've been getting, has been unwavering and unconditional, and we thought maybe they had an agenda already. So what is really happening in this very wonderful union that we've seen blossom in the last couple of months? Does it seem so?
Yeah. Miriam, that's what we have been singing all along. Now the cows have come home. The chicken are now going to be roasted. Now, Miriam, time has vindicated us, Miriam. Miriam, I come from a community, Miriam, whereby I don't take someone's thing by dishonest. I was taught honest, Miriam, to be a trustworthy person, Miriam, and that's who I am, and that's why I speak. But some brothers of ours from elsewhere, especially from the mountain, Miriam, how much money have they eaten from Ruto now? Pays them around 100,000, 200,000. They follow him throughout the country, Miriam, with no shame. And then here around, you are just coming now to say, we want to give you demands, Miriam. Miriam, when I realized, I came to understand the people of the mountain, Miriam, is when the president addressed them in Sagana. They gave about 10 Miriam, and you cannot imagine. So Miriam, William Ruto, and the rest of the Kenyans who want to contest for the president of this country, Miriam, the president is a symbol of unity. You become a father of a nation, Miriam. You serve all Kenyans, Miriam. So Miriam, Dr. William Ruto should be thankful to God because he has revealed to him what kind of people. Miriam, I see some of confused members of parliament from my region, the likes of Osoro, who are fighting in a funeral, Miriam. Miriam, they are also going to sit down and tell William, okay, we hear our interests, you have to meet our interests before we support you. No, Miriam, that one cannot be. Let us go and concentrate on BBI, Miriam. Have that document passed, Miriam, And then after having that document, Miriam, it doesn't matter who becomes the president of this country. In fact, the president will be there as a symbol of unity to guide the way things are done in this country, Miriam. So, Miriam, let us have our eyes focused, Miriam. And Miriam, let me tell you, let me just go a notch higher. These characters have been saying they are not supporting her BBI. That is one of the conditions, Miriam, and the indicator and a trigger to show that, Miriam, these people are towards BBI. Because when I listened very carefully, Miriam, under the new arrangements, Miriam, the new constitution, Miriam, we already have a deputy president. Yeah.
Okay.
If they are going to ask for that deputy president, Miriam, what are the people from Western going to ask for? What are the people from Coast going to ask for? So, Miriam, that's one way they are saying, okay, now we are going to support you, the deputy president. Let us go for the BBI, and we will get more seats, Miriam, to distribute among ourselves. So here, Papa and the Prime Minister and the President could see far like a giraffe, Miriam, and saying that, Miriam, if we have to take this country, Miriam, we have to expand the structure of governance in this country, so Miriam, so that every Kenyan, Miriam, will have a stake in the